Hey, it's Julie with Paradigm Interiors, and I am wrapping up kitchen design tips, our 4-week or 3-week video series on this, and I'm really excited because I will be creating an actual series in Facebook. And if you want to go in and watch any of these videos or all of them, rewatch them, take notes, they will all be available as a little TV series. So today I am covering kitchen no-no number 3, which is that your work triangle or your work zones are too spread apart. And so remember back at the beginning of the series, I talked about space planning tips, and I talked about the kitchen work triangle, and that is the distance between your refrigerator, your sink, and your range or cooktop. And so range is, the whole thing, oven and cooktop all integrated into one, what most people call a stove. And the cooktop is just when it's the cooking surface separated from the oven. So the cooktop is the most important thing. We do use that more than we use the oven, so that's why it's the one that's tied to the kitchen, the sink. And that is the sink that you do dishes in. It's not a little bar sink. It's not an accessory sink. It's your main sink. And remember, the reason why you want these close together is because when you are in the kitchen, you are performing tasks in sequence with each other. So you're getting food out, you're putting the food on the counter, you're preparing the food, you're cooking the food, you're serving the food, eating the food, and then putting all the food away. So when you think about the kitchen work triangle, if those things are too far apart from each other, it's going to take a lot of energy to cook and prepare a meal. So one thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that kitchen work triangle is no more than about 21 feet. And that really no leg is longer than 9 feet in length. And you want to do that because it will help cut down the amount of steps that you have to take while you're going around the kitchen to do the work of cooking and preparing and serving and cleaning up after your meals. So how can you do that? If you are planning a kitchen remodel, you can work with the kitchen designer. So that's the person that's going to be sitting down with whatever computer drawing system they use. A lot of kitchen designers use 2020. And you can make sure, talk to them about the kitchen work triangle and that you really want it to be close, because even if you have a large kitchen, you can still focus on having that kitchen work triangle be closer together. It may mean that you need to move some things around if you do a kitchen remodel from where it is now. So take out a tape measure. The easiest way is to just take out a tape measure, measure from the center of each of those places. So the center of your refrigerator, the center of your sink that you do dishes in, and then the center of your cooktop or range, and that will tell you how long that leg of the triangle is. Then take those 3 measurements, add them up together. That'll give you total length. If you find yourself getting tired in your kitchen or having to do a lot of extra steps, it probably is because your kitchen's a little too spread out. But controlling that kitchen work triangle is one way to concentrate all the work in one specific area of your kitchen. The other thing, that if you are looking for a new home, if you want that retirement ready, you want something that, maybe it's already been remodeled, the kitchen, and it looks great, it's beautiful, but to check out some of that functionality aspect of the kitchen, take your tape measure to you with open houses. And if you're doing virtual open houses, you may be able to ask the real estate agent, hey, I really like that kitchen, but it looks a little spread out, or it looks a little large. Could we measure this before we say yes to the deal. It's important because over time it will create extra work for you in the kitchen, and it may not mean much to you now, but in the future down the road, and with the desire not to have to remodel the kitchen 20 years from now, and to be able to live in that is maybe important to you. And if that is important to you, definitely look at that measurement. So that we have one more video that will go into the kitchen series that I was going to do on Monday, but I'm putting it 2 weeks from now, and it's about kitchen organizing. So how can you have a more organized kitchen? If you are remodeling, what are some things, some design features that can help you be more organized? And then if you're not remodeling, what design features can be pitfalls to organization, and how can we make those better? So that video will be the last video on kitchens for a while, and it will be, I think we're recording that on April 30th or May 1st, maybe May 1st. So don't worry, I will schedule it. It will be out there. It'll be the same organizer that I'm going to have with me tomorrow, Alicia Kay. And again, don't forget that tomorrow at noon, it's Fridays with Friends. I'm going to have Alicia Kay, who is a home organizer and in particular works with the pre-retirement and early retirement market to help, or a niche to help people who are preparing for retirement or people who are just recently retired or even into their retirement, declutter their homes, get organized, and make their spaces a lot more functional. So be there, or be square, as they say, tomorrow at noon with Alicia Kay. I will be doing a Q&A on Fridays with Friends. And then next week, I'm super excited. We will be starting a whole new series. It won't be as long. It's just going to be a week worth of talking about painting, and then I'm going to move into decorating. So all the pretty stuff and things that you might not think about as being important for being retirement ready and in your pre-retirement decorating projects. So I'm going to bring up some of those things. And what else? What else is going on? Oh yeah, pre-retirement checklist. So if you are starting to plan or starting to think about doing any remodeling projects, make sure that you click the link below and grab that pre-retirement checklist, get a copy of it, and use it to help you decide if, something's a good forever home or not. So that's all. See you tomorrow at 12 with our organizing, decluttering talk. Have a good evening.